We're playing Cooking Companions.
Kill your grandma.
It's already getting kind of weird.
You're bad at math.
Let's get into it. Okay, now it's nice. This game is not suitable for children. Kids, turn this off. That walk was brutal, but this cabin is amazing. Full kitchen, running water. It really has everything. Finally, a place I can read a good book in peace. I can't wait to. Ah! Achoo. Sorry, everyone. It must be the dust. Get those allergies under control, Mariah. Don't worry, guys. I think maybe a Shrek voice. Don't worry, guys. I'm sure a little elbow grease, we can make this cabin shine. So, are you volunteering to clean, Gregor? No. Not many supplies here. Guess I'll have to go out and get what we need. There's a little squirrel buddy on his shoulder. There's a fireplace for making stool. Stool. There's a fireplace where we can make some crap. So let's gather up some firewood, okay? Leave that to me, little guy. Leave that to me, donkey. I'll tidy up around the cabin. Need to save Mariah from... Is it Maria or Mariah? From dying due to this dust. Hey. Allergies are nothing to joke about, Karen. She's not dead yet, Pipsqueak. Calm down. Thanks, Anatoly. I think I'll go foraging outside. With over 450 mosses, 900 fungi, and 70 slime molds, there's bound to be treasure up here. Roughing is fun, Anatoly. Knows so much about edible foods. We're in good hands. I think the slime molds will be the most delicious. Most certainly not. What about the fungi? Do you even know which ones are poisonous? I could figure that out. You can be the canary in the coal mine, Anatoly. I'm not ending up a corpse here. Eek. Keep both eyes open, little guy. Plenty of wolves and brown bears around. They won't be a problem. I read up on 10 different techniques to incapacitate them. Number 1 is Anatoly. Oh yeah, sorry, Mariah. Got carried away again. I'll help Anatoly. I don't know if I can do it. I'll help Anatoly look for food. I'm definitely better at warding off wild animals. If we come empty-handed, we can always eat some of the food we've brought. You mean the emergency rations? Bad idea, chump. Hey, Anatoly and Mariah are getting the food. Gregor is guiding the firewood. That makes you our designated chef. Everyone's looking at you expectantly. You nod. Very exciting to try your cooking. All right, everyone. Let's get to work while there's still sunlight. Later. Mariah, Anatoly, Gregor. The 3 exit the cabin, leaving you and Karen alone. I think Anatoly put the supplies in the kitchen. Thanks for helping out with the cooking. To save the game, right click or hit the escape button. Ooh. This menu will also allow you to adjust the volume. Okay, I get it. Please note, going back to menu exiting without saying will remove progress. No. Do you have any experience making meals? I mean, in real life I do, so. Is that so? Looking at you, I think you'd be good at serving up food poisoning. Jeez. Looks like Karen will remember that. What'd you say? Is there a history button? No. Anyways, going to check out the living room. Let's talk later. Karen heads to the living room and starts looking at the books. You decide to look around the kitchen to find ingredients for the meal tonight. Tutorial. You'll never know what you find where I can't. Clues, secrets may be revealed by searching more than once. Why not give it a try? What area do you want to search? I mean, the cupboards, I guess. First two cupboards are empty. Until he must have put the supplies somewhere else. The cupboards. You check the cupboards again. Just some mouse turds and cobwebs. You check the cupboards underneath the sink. You found a dead mouse. This would be a great gift to Karen. You had a dead mouse here. You put the dead mouse back in the cupboard. Karen's not ready for dead mouse yet. You notice the letter L engraved on the side of the cupboards. What a fitting gravestone for the mouse. There's nothing behind the cobwebs here. Thankfully, no spiders. You look at the wood logs closer. This is just a pile of Norway spruce. The Norway spruce won't burn as well during a snowstorm. These logs are less dense, won't fill the cabin with heavy smoke. Perfect for you want to smell a good meal. Supplies aren't anywhere near here. Drawers. You check the drawers on the left. Just some dirty knives. You check the drawers above the mouse hole. Some kind of mold growing in this one. Maybe Karen will find it appetizing. You check the drawer above the wood pile. Something is making it difficult to open. Pull it open with all your might. It's time. Chop it. Sound off. Never fear. Onion is here.
Like my cousin Cornbread says, I'll rise to the occasion.
Always merry, Raspberry. Potato. Cabbage stuffed me into this drawer. I'm pretty sure this counts as kidnapping. Where are the chompettes? Why talk with those boring humans? All they have to give you is drama. Come chat with us. Come have a schizophrenic episode with us instead. We'll share valuable recipes you can cook. We'll share with you our secret chompette recipes. Collect all of them to become a 5-star chef. Find the extra, but sure, save the game. To celebrate, here's your first recipe card. Roasted eggplant with sesame and pomegranate. Meat free. You unlocked your first recipe. If you ever want to talk, just come to the drawer. Chompettes, let's move out. Cabbage rudely slams the drawer closed. You wonder if what you just saw was real. You're slightly worried what this means for your mental state, but only slightly. Hey, did you find the supplies? You shake your head. Aunt Toy lied. He put them in the bedroom. Idiot. Here you go. You got emergency supplies. Karen leaves you alone. You start a fire with some of the wood and get to work on cooking dinner. Tonight's vegetable stew. In a large saucepan over medium heat, you heat some water, potatoes, carrots, and celery in it. 15 minutes later, you drain the pan, set the vegetables aside. Placing some butter in the saucepan, you melt it over medium heat. Throwing some chopped onions, you cook it for about 10 minutes. The onions are tender and translucent. Perfect. You next mix in some blah, blah, blah. Hours pass. We're back. We're back. More firewood than you ever need. We find some wild sorrel. Maybe tomorrow we'll have a bigger bounty. Anatoly is bearing the lead. We saw a red deer. I spotted it. You have a squirrel on your shoulder. You could eat him. Yeah, that's right. Anyways, killed 17 spiders today while you were looking out for the deer. That should come as no surprise. There are over 160 species of spiders here. 160? Don't worry, Mariah. I'm sure they were all in the bathroom or something. No. Almost all of them were near the couch. I was going to sleep on the couch. That's where 16 of them were. I'm not sleeping on the couch. And there's only 2 beds in the bedroom. Don't sweat it, Mariah. I could sleep anywhere, like with Donkey. So I'll use the rocking chair. Just in case any of them swarm the couch, I'll sleep with one eye open. Thanks, Gregor. Kinda Anatoly. You take the bedroom. Thanks, big guy. Joke's on you, Gregor. I always plan on taking one of the beds. Hey, Anatoly, I snore louder than a lumberyard. Sweet dreams, chump. You turn back to your bubbling vegetable stew. Try a bite. This tastes pretty good. You cooked vegetable stew. You set the table and asked everyone to dig in. Oh, wow, this smells delicious. Thank you. You must be a world-class chef. Karen takes a bite. It's bland. Jeez, lady. Karen tastes like every other vegetable soup. So generic. Could probably use some meat next time. Gross. For a side dish, we could make some bread and utilize the Fragressa Vasca, commonly known as strout, for some jam. Nobody cares. Everyone laughs at Karen's polite ribbing. Nothing makes you happier than cooking a great meal for friends. I feel like at least her character looks like way different. This could very well be the best day I've ever had. You go to bed stuffed. Day uno. You wake up from your horrible nightmares. Hey, you up? How'd you sleep? I was so warm last night, I didn't even need a blanket. About 1 hour until dawn. It's clearly sunshiny, but whatever. She looks... Will you two quiet down? I'm trying to sleep over here. The birds outside aren't even making noise yet. We didn't bring many supplies, remember? Better get started on gathering food. It's too early for this. Gregor, did you see any spiders last night? There was a small one in the bathroom. Ah! Actually, I did see a centipede I don't know. Mariah turns a little pale. Karen's messing with you, donkey. I mean, Mariah. Let's find more than wild sorrel today. If you're a lucky little guy, maybe I'll teach you how to catch some wild brown trout. What's with you and meat, big guy? Anatoly's herbalism book stated that there's many species of plants to eat out here. Let's leave the fish alone. You know I'm not into meat. That's a shame. I'd wake up early to go fishing. Cheer up, Karen. We'll get to observe the trout at the very least. Maybe we'll see some more red deer today. That sounds like a waste of time, Gregor. Maybe we'll find some blackthorn berries. I love blackthorn berries. We'll be back later. Can you watch our stuff today? You not. Thank you. Thanks. Don't steal anything, okay? I'm stealing everything. You not. Leave the cabin with skip in their step. You're alone, but thankfully, you have a drawer of chompettes to keep you company. Your your schizophrenic delusions are only getting worse. In the day, you only get one choice, and then the day will end. What do you want to check out today? I don't really want to talk to them. Do I want to go into? Yep, go into the basement. Let's see what's going on down there. The door goes into the basement. There's no reason to go into the basement right now. You wait for the other's return. What? It's just saved. We're back. No, wait. I got clicked. Hee hee. Knock it off, Mariah. It's pretty rare to be scared of one. It's not. Who knew the big guy would be so scared of it? Shut up. You don't understand. I don't think anyone understands, Gregor. It was just a marmot, Gregor, not a monster. Mariah laughs so hard that your ears ring. Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Tears rolling down Mariah's cheeks. She's laughing so hard she's about to hyperventilate. Stop her from hyperventilating? Absolutely not. Let her pass. Let one less mouth to feed. You don't get it. It's pretty personal. Then please explain, big guy. Gregor looks incredibly uncomfortable. Let's leave him alone. We found some raspberries and elderberries near the cabin. Elderberries, I don't think you can eat those, can you? Quite the selection of specimens here. We also find more wild sorrel. It's going to be enough for a good meal. Everyone's looking for you for an answer. You decide to do an inventory of all available ingredients. It takes a while, but you decide your specialty, cabbage rolls. First, bring a large pot of water to a boil. You let the cabbage leaves boil for 2 minutes. Drain the pot to the sink. In a medium mixing bowl, you combine some cooked rice, onion, egg, salt, and pepper, along with tomato sauce. You use your hands to mix thoroughly and decide to wash your hands after. It won't come off. Dividing the rice mixture evenly between the cabbage leaves, you then roll them up and tie string around them so they stay in one piece. You place the cabbage rolls on a large skillet over. This is just how he's making this food. Ugh. You cook cabbage rolls. Mariah looks optimistic. Karen looks skeptical. Anatoly looks curious. Gregor looks thrilled. This is the face of a thrilled man. You look intently as everyone takes their first bite. That's pretty darn good. Wow, I could eat the whole batch myself. I think the vegetable stew tastes better, but I love how tender the cabbage is. The sauce is pretty red. Did you use fresh tomatoes for it? Really adds to it. I used the blood of my enemies. Spoon some of the liquid on top of it. You'll thank me later. Incredible. It's definitely growing on me. This is really something special. Thanks again for cooking. Everyone leaves the dishes behind for you to do. Bad house guests. Dishes can wait. Everyone goes to bed full and happy. You asleep instantly? I think that's probably... Tomorrow will be another great day. It's probably be... Fall asleep instantly. You asleep instantly. Good morning, everyone. Again, Gregor. Can't you let us sleep in? What's with the deal with the squirrel? Not today. Why? Storm clouds are coming. We need to find some food before it begins a downpour. Gregor, you're overreacting. We have enough food to last us for a while. Enough food? I thought we used most of the supplies for last night's dinner. He's right. The meal you made was delicious, but it used a lot of what we had. Gregor's correct. Precipitation is usually high in this area, with many areas being high risk for flooding. It'd be foolish not to go out and look for food today. Who uses the word precipitation? Besides like a weatherman. You think it will flood? Thankfully, the cabin is on high ground, but that doesn't mean we're safe from the floodwaters. It's always a possibility, so it can't hurt to be prepared. You're losing it, Gregor. Karen, there's nothing to worry about. I think Gregor's right, Karen. Won't hurt to prepare for the worst. I think she's right, Karen. Fail to prepare, prepare to fail. Anatoly, let's go out and prepare for the storm. Foraging should be a key priority today. There are plenty of edible foods and has better odds than trying to hunt. Give me a few minutes and I'll plot out our route on some paper. I feel like if you're fearful of starving, you're going to be like, okay, maybe meat is an option. Also, I wonder what that is right there. Let me help, little guy. Like, I feel like one or two of them is like, no, I'm not going to eat meat. Why not? If we're gonna die otherwise. Anatoly and Gregor head to the bedroom to consult the map. Mariah and Karen are still hanging around. Unfortunately, you can't make everyone happy. Given a choice to speak to a character, choose wisely. Can only select one of them. Try to max out a bond with certain characters to unique dialogue scenarios. Which one would you like to talk to? I feel like normally I do Mariah, but I'm gonna do Karen. Hey, this paper nailed to a wall. Oh, it works out. What were the old days like? Probably extremely brutal. Oh, really? You have to share details with me later. Okay? Karen will not be able to stomach your stories, but you still tell her details later. Your relationship is stronger. Great. You hear a shout from the other room. I'm gonna murder you, Anatoly. Gregor from their meeting. Gregor is blushing slightly. Hey, can you cook something while we're out? You nod. Thank you. Alright, everyone, we have our route now. Let's beat those rain clouds. The group leads, determined ever. You have the cabin all to yourself. What's that noise? Sounds like it's coming from the kitchen. Radio? What's going on with that radio? Didn't even notice on the ground when you walked in. Someone leave the radio here? Looks newer than anything you've seen before. Seems to be broken. Better hold on to this. Got a strange radio. Wonderful. Before you cook, what should you check out? I don't know. Inspect the kitchen. Let's check out the bedroom. Sure. I should have saved. Dang it. Poor Anatoly. Karen is so loud that she often wakes you up. Anatoly must be running on fumes. Would you have the courage to wake her up, though? Probably not. You wait for ours return. That was it? You didn't even look at anything. Ryan's back early today. Oh. Hey. Others are still looking for food outside. And totally found some more berries, but nothing that will feed all of us. Please don't tell the others, but I'm a little worried about the supplies. I crunched the number. We don't have enough food, even with rationing, to last if we get stuck here. Ryan seems disappointed in your inventory management. Can you try cooking with a little less this evening? You nod. Thank you. He's done such a great job with the meal so far. You're very sweet. Is Mariah blushing a little bit? Hee hee. Mariah, remember that. Your relationship is stronger. Maybe you can teach me to cook sometime. You nod. Looking forward to it. You could hold cooking classes here someday. Rudely interrupting a tender moment, the others burst into the cabin. I mean, just coming home, right? I don't know if that's really rude. Don't be so down, everyone. We got a ton of good berries. Jam is so bland without any sugar, though. Do you have any? You shake your head sadly. Yikes. Turn that frown upside down, Karen. Who knows what tomorrow will bring? I was smiling for you, Gregor. You missed out. The sunset was really tremendous on our way back. Hues of orange and red, even a little purple poking out. Red sky at night, a sailor's delight. Red sky in the morning, sailors take warning. So we can expect a sailor's delight tomorrow? Sounds a little gay. Why is the sailor delighting himself? Big guy. We must have walked a few miles today. Beautiful area. You could even see snow on the tips of the mountain. That rumbles so like a dying calf. You look from person to person trying to determine who it was. It was definitely Mariah. I recognize that sound from anywhere. Guilty. Mariah looks embarrassed, but the group laughs at her honesty. Except for you. You don't laugh at all. You search your mind for something to say, but all you can think of is an old riddle. Those who have it do not want it. Those who have at least succeed. Those who have it for too long perish. When you feed it, it gets smaller. What am I? I bet this guy would love a riddle. Dust. Try again. Yes, dust. When you have it, you succeed. Everyone is pondering the answer. Mariah's face lights up. Is it hunger? Correct. If you have it, you'll succeed. Hunger? That was my guess. So, what's the menu for tonight, chef? Bread and jam. You crush the berries into a small mortar and pestle, spraying on some crusty bread. You cook raspberry jam and bread. The bread's a little tough. Gregor, don't give Torsten a mouth. But this homemade jam is to die for. Sorry. Oh, you're right, Gregor. This bread stinks. Mariah. Everybody laughs. You're not sure this be called a meal, but it got the job done. Everyone thanks you for dinner. You go to bed wishing you had more. You have a strange dream. Something has been clinging to your back for days. You try to see it in the mirror, but you can't get a good look at it. It won't get off. The pain between your shoulder blades is getting worse by the hour. You wander away from the cabin, stumbling by a river to soak your back in cool water. It doesn't work. It cuts deeper into your back, causing the river to run red. You didn't want things to come to this, but you're exhausted of all other options. You swim out to the middle. Rocks on the bottom cut your feet. You slip and fall backwards. Push yourself to the bottom, trying to submerge the creature shredding your back. But it won't drown. It won't drown. It won't drown. You splash frantically, plunging your head beneath the water. You let the current take you downstream. You give up trying to swim to the shore. Water fills your mouth and nostrils. After a minute, you stop struggling against the waters. As you gaze up at the sky, you feel it leaving your back, drifting into the sky as you sink to the bottom. As you take your last gasp, you see what was on your back staring into your eyes. But you don't even have the air in the lungs to scream. You wake up in a cold sweat. Ugh. Wake up. Wake up. Sorry you are making strange noises in your sleep. What's going on, Gregor? Did the lightning wake you up? It woke me up. I tried to fall back asleep, but it's so loud. Ugh. Let's just get back to sleep and talk about this in the morning. Everyone nods in agreement and gets back to bed. Except for you. You can't fall back asleep. You still have goosebumps from the nightmare. Karen's snoring is making the walls shake. You don't sleep a wink. Open your eyes when you hear Anatoly slamming the door. He sounds petrified. I looked outside the door and we're completely surrounded by floodwaters. Looks like the sailor take warning was more appropriate for today. Maybe it'll clear up tomorrow? You're no optimist, Karen. Yeah? That's all Gregor has going for him. He's also good at chopping wood, though. Oh. I'll get off you two. Mariah, do you think it'll clear up tomorrow? I'll give it a 27% chance. Based on what? I was bored stiff, so I read a book on local precipitation levels. Anatoly, you're the book nerd, right? Why didn't you read it earlier? Couldn't make it past the cover. Is that right? Yeah. That bookshelf has some great books on arts and crafting and natural sciences. Why let them sit there gathering dust? How did you arrive at 27% chance of it clearing up tomorrow? It's easy. Take the time of year and multiply a factor of. Rye begins to explain meteorology to you. She isn't dumbing any of this down. It's similar to where. So the first thing you need to understand, minutes of explanation feels like hours. You look over at Anatoly. He's listening intently to Mariah. So intently, he hasn't blinked yet. You can see his eyes drying up. A tear rolls down one of his cheeks. This is brutal to watch. Mariah finally wraps up her lecture, ending with a bow. Nobody claps. Tough crowd. Mariah, that was awe-inspiring. You lost me a few minutes in, but it's okay. I didn't understand a word of it. Yeah. Anatoly turns to you. There's no telling how long this will last. We can't leave the cabin until the floodwaters stop. I know our food situation is a little tight, but I know you'll make the right decision. I believe in you. Me too. She doesn't believe in us. It looks like we have enough leftover berries for more bread and raspberry jam. What was it? I'll pass on the jam. Just give me more crusty bread. Everyone laughs, except for you. With everyone stranded in the cabin, you need to keep everyone fed and happy. Sneak out to the kitchen while everyone's still talking. You get out some crusty bread, start working on the jam. With the kitchen to yourself, you decide to check in on the Chompettes. Hello. Don't worry, as leader as the Chompettes, I'll make sure none of the humans know about us. That big guy will try to eat us like an apple, so definitely don't tell him about us. Are your plans going awry? Got another cornbread classic for you. Did you hear about the bread maker's bakery burning down? No? Her business is now toast. That one's a little stale. Do you know how raspberry and milk were introduced? Tell her no. You let out an audible groan. Did cornbread teach you that one? Nope. Wasted an entire day on it. It was worth it for time and effort, Raspberry. Maybe we'll win the annual Chompette Comedy Competition. Of course. Now while I'm here, I won't choke on stage this year. Isn't that every year, Bread? We still talk about that closing joke. You're going to do great this year. Anyways, don't even think of eating us if you're hungry. Chompettes stick together through thick and thin. Rain or shine. Feast or famine. Between us, swear to God, repeat the line or we're locking you up again. Life or death. That's right. Chompettes, move out. The sentient cabbages and random foods are harassing the sentient potato. Bring the crusty bread and what does crusty bread mean? Like it's hard and jam into the living room. Karen stops you as you bring the food. Took you long enough. Sorry, I was just having a schizophrenic episode. Don't mind me. Karen looks at 2 slices of bread left in the mason jar of raspberry jam. There's mold on these last 2 slices of bread. Extra protein. She looks like she is just always at a moment's notice about to lose it. Karen is right. What the heck is the matter with you? You grip the knife tightly in your hand. You think this is enough for the 5 of us? Wait, we can't throw this bread away. It's all we have left. Gregor's right. Anatoly, will mold spores give us food poisoning? I'm no scientist, sorry. Let's pick off as much mold as we can. We can't leave with the floodwaters, so this will have to last us another day. Everyone grimly nods, ripping the bread apart like a pack of wolves. Gregor eats the biggest chunks of mold. Disgusting. Thanks again. Bread and jam isn't much of a meal, but it's more than we had in Ukraine. Rainwater, plenty of rainwater outside, so at least we won't die of dehydration. But until the storm is over, we shouldn't leave the cabin. Should clear up if we just give it more time. Anatoly, what makes you think that? One of the books had weather reports. You're illiterate, so that's a lie. Jeez. Eek. Karen, I've seen him reading. Who reads upside down? What do you think? Anatoly can read. Karen is correct. Eh. You're funny. I keep playing pretend, Anatoly. That's brutal, Karen. I found an old picture book in the living room, Anatoly. Might be something more your speed. Karen smiles at you. I guess let's call it a day. Yeah, sure. Everyone shuffles off to their sleeping areas. Didn't they just wake up? 6 minutes later. I'm glad you called out Anatoly's bluff. You continue to impress. It's a shame Anatoly is sleeping in the same bed. I should have never shared it with him. What if it was just me and you? I'm sure we could study and squeeze a few novels in before bed. Well, we'll have to kick him out at some point, right? Oh, you'll have to tell me about the anatomization book in the bedroom. Really cool pictures in there. What? Isn't that anatomization? Not like your organs and stuff? Karen looks like she has a crush on you. Let me know if you're ever free for a lesson. Okay. Brown chicken, brown cow. Karen walks away looking very happy. You are definitely sure Karen will remember that. My relationship is stronger. You go to sleep very hungry. Day 4. You don't dream the entire night, but you sleep through everyone waking up. And that's how fast the deer can run startled. Whoa. Incredible. Impressive. Yawn. I wish we had a deer here. With the food getting lower, let's just skip today's meal. No. It's only for one day. Various cultures and religions have practiced fasting throughout history. That doesn't make us feel any better, Anatoly. What options do we have? Our food wasn't rationed properly. Anatoly leaves, mumbling to himself. So passive aggressive of him. Everyone moves to a separate area. Karen in the bedroom, Gregor in the living room, Mariah in the kitchen, and Anatoly in the bathroom. Who do you want to speak to? I feel like she's the one who's most interested in us, so let's build that relationship. Oh, what the heck? Looks like she's just slicing away at a block of wood. Hey, can I let you in on a secret? I've actually enjoyed your cooking so far. The others expect me to be rude and mean, so I have to keep that reputation up, right? Can't have anyone thinking I'm soft. You're not sure where this is coming from. Promise me you'll give me some cooking lessons soon. Okay? She's not ready, but you nod politely. Thank you. You are definitely sure, Karen. Remember that. Wow, my relationship is stronger. Oh, I have to click forward. You leave Karen to go meet up with the others. Everyone looks pretty down this evening. It won't stop. You're all doing great, just a little longer. I'm so hungry. Me too. You wish everyone a good night and get ready for bed. Can't you go like 2 weeks without eating? If I'm not wrong, your stomach is growling more. You have a strange dream. A boy is yelling at you in the kitchen. You keep telling him to lie down on the tray, but he keeps screaming at you, calling you names. You show him how it's done. You lie down on the tray and make your body flat as a board. A smile crawls across his face. His anger turns to courage, and he pushes you into the oven. As the stench of burning hair fills your lungs, you see him sneering back at you. You wake up in a cold sweat. Jeez. Everyone seems to be sleeping in later than normal. Their stomachs must have kept them awake all night. The rain is still pouring outside. You can barely make out the trees from the windows. You hear Mariah getting up. She looks petrified. I couldn't sleep. Aunt Tully has bags under his eyes. And a squirrel. The storm is too loud. Karen looks out of it. The cabin was creaking so much last night. It sounded alive. Gregor looks a little gaunt. I don't know what that means. I got a good look out the window. And all I saw was rain. Great observation, Gregor. I was so hungry last night. Kept pacing around the room. Karen turns to you. When is this going to end? I checked outside the door again. Floodwaters keep rising. Unfortunately, we're going to need to stay put unless one of us wants to drown in rainwater. Once the weather improves, we'll be able to scavenge for supplies. How close is the nearest town? I don't know. Didn't you have a map on you? I think I dropped it while we were running after Gregor. I'm sure he'll show up eventually. Brian and Aunt Tully go white as a sheet. How are we going to find our way back now? Well, have to ride out the storm. Mariah looks at you. We're down to our last slice of bread. I don't know how much longer we can put off eating. The group stares at you. It will clear up in no time. Maybe you're right. The group looks worried. They all gravitate to different areas. Gregor's fake optimism is worrying, and Mariah is having trouble. Which one do you want to speak with today? I guess Mariah. Ah! Brr. It's cold as heck over here. I'm surprised Gregor isn't freezing to death at night. How does he do it? You explained to Mariah how the size of a person and fat content contribute to their temperature. Wish I was as big as Gregor. But to be honest, I'm happy with brains over brawn. Do you know what he wanted to do for a career? Mariah does her best Gregor impression. Cut down trees and sleep under the stars. How boring is that? Depends on a person, but pretty boring. You're so funny. Thanks for coming in and chatting with me. Mariah blushes a little. You make it easier to pass the time. Thank you. Pretty sure Mariah will remember that. Your relationship is stronger. You thank Mariah and get the others. Call everyone together. They all look nervous. You could cut the tension in the room with a knife. I haven't saved in a little while. There we go. Everyone is staring at you. They're expecting that last piece of bread for dinner. You bring it out. Everyone cannot take their eyes off it. You instruct everyone to take a pinch. And slowly, all 5 of you tear it apart like a wishbone. Everyone studies their piece of bread carefully, wondering how long it will last. Karen is the first to eat hers, chewing every bite a few hundred times before swallowing. Anatoly chews it cautiously, slowly swallowing as he looks at the others. Mariah nibbles on it silently, eyes wide, moving from person to person. And Gregor just pops in his mouth like a cherry. He inhaled it. The group thanks you awkwardly. It's not much, but you've run out of options. You wish everyone good night and get ready for bed. You go to bed starving. Yes. I mean, I can understand being hungry, but good morning. Morning. Let me check if the rain has stopped. Based on, you can hear it still raining. It has not. It's still flooding. What are we going to do? Humans can live about 2 or 3 weeks without food. Water isn't a concern. Rainfall should end in a day or two, right? Actually, precipitation can occur more than 215 days a year here. But do you really think it'll rain that long? Obviously, I don't think it'll rain that much in a row. Anatoly, it's been days already. What makes you think it'll stop soon? Relax, everyone. Let's see how long we can ride this out. Fingers crossed it's done by tomorrow. Panic is slowly creeping in. Everyone's looking scared. But you need to survive. Karen and Gregor begin to discuss next options. Do you want to speak with Mariah in the kitchen or Anatoly in the living room? Think instead about everything you've done wrong and how you've doomed everyone. I want to do that one. Could you ration the supplies better? You could crunch the numbers one more time. You could have reduced the amount of vegetables used in the stew. But it was the first day. You had to impress them. Was there anything you could have done differently? Mariah, Anatoly, Gregor, Karen. You wonder if they're upset with you. Gregor calls over the group for a meeting. I don't think any of us can take this much longer. Gregor's voice starts. I don't want to ask this, but it's time. One of us needs to go outside and search for food. Everyone is. I don't know. This feels kind of silly. I mean, it's been it hasn't even been a day without any food. They had a little bit last night. I'll go. Mariah. I used to swim all the time near my house. I'll probably have the best chance of swimming through the floodwaters. No, let me go instead. You won't get very far if anything happens to your glasses, Anatoly. You're blind some more, right? Remember? That's true, but little guy, let me go. Gregor, sounds good to me. Jeez. Karen, his arms are the longest. He'll probably be the best at climbing. No, that wouldn't be right. Gregor, let me go instead. I get that none of these options are good ones, but we need to find food or help. Gregor grabs a branch from the woodpile. He cuts it into different measurements. Since we can't come to a consensus, let's draw for it. We'll each pick one, and the shortest will go outside for food. You're not worried about drawing. You saw Gregor cut the branch links. You picked the biggest. You watched the others intently. Will it be Gregor? Anatoly? Karen? Will it be Mariah? Looks like I got the shortest. Mariah. It's okay. Oh. I watched Anatoly forge earlier, so I know what to look out for. Just swim until you find higher ground and scout the area. Maybe you'll find fish out there. Everyone looks heartbroken. Karen, Anatoly, Gregor. I'll keep us alive. I promise. She promised. Everyone watches as Mariah leaves the cabin. The silence is deafening. Goodbye. The door shuts behind her. You can faintly hear her yell about how cold the water is. And then silence. Mariah has left the cabin. I'm sure we'll see her again. The rest of the group nods. Everyone stays up waiting and waiting. The sun has completely set. One by one, each person quietly shuffles off to bed. You have a strange dream, obviously. The two women in front of you could be twins. One of them you recognize. The other is a cabin guest. You ask the guest to sit on the shovel and then try pushing it into the oven. Her legs are so strong, you can't get her into the oven. You curse at her repeatedly. Like this, you hiss. You stretch out your legs until your toes are almost sticking in the coals. You feel 4 hands on your shoulders, and both push you in. The familiar smell of smoke and burning hair cause you to throw up on the embers. Can't let it end like this. You rip the metal door off the oven, tearing through the wood logs of the cabin. Screaming, you chase the two through the woods. One of them looks behind her, eyes widening when she sees you. She's terrified. You've never been this angry in your entire life. You're gaining on them. They can't run forever. As you trample through a field of wheat, the guest throws a piece of cloth behind her. You catch the glint of it in the sun, golden. As if by magic, the earth splits in front of you, creating a chasm of fire below. You fall downward, screaming as your eyes begin to sizzle from the heat. Hellfire fills your lungs. You're unable to scream anymore. You wake in a cold sweat. Imagine you're so evil that hell opens its mouth to eat you alive. Good morning. Do you think she made it to higher ground? I believe in Mariah. Me too. She'll be fine. Right, little guy? So, what do we do now? Just wait? Okay. How long? It's been almost a day since he left. Anatoly and Gregor look nervous. Someone needs to go look for her. We need to wait, Karen. Wait for what? The nearest town is miles and miles away. Waiting is all we can do for now. So it could be days before she gets back. What are we supposed to eat? Mice? This would be a perfect time to gift her that dead mouse we found earlier. Karen, I'm sure Anatoly will agree, but we'll discuss next options when we get to it. I never should have eaten that much. Karen's hands are involuntarily shaking. Gregor and Anatoly just nod in agreement. They don't even need her to elaborate. You're sure Mariah will make it back? She promised. Everyone retreats to a corner. What do you want to do today? Let's talk with Karen. Hey, you don't have to lie to me. I know Mariah's not coming back. Jeez. I don't know where she came up with her being the best swimmer. I guess the only one that would know would be Anatoly. Last summer, Anatoly would watch her swim from the shore. He could have been a lifeguard. Such a good swimmer. She never went under, but if she did, he would have pulled her out easily. Why would she lie about something like that? Karen seemed deep in thought. Maybe it's better to leave her alone. Close the door softly. I can't stop thinking about that vegetable stew. I'd be fine with bread and jam. I'd be fine with just strawberries. Nobody else laughs. I would kill for some vegetables right now. You would too. I'm going to try to get some sleep. Good night. Night. You fall asleep quickly, but you only dream about desecrating a corpse. You wake up in a cold sweat, in a completely different room. Good morning. Karen's looking worse. Will you cook for the group today? You take out a cutlet of meat and begin to cook it in the oven. You cook the meat. Where did you get that? You ignore Karen's question. What's that smell? Gregor finally gets off the couch. Where did you? Three are looking at you, salivating. You take the charred meat out of the oven. Man, you didn't even cook it well, it's charred. Cutting it into small pieces. They immediately grab some off the plate, chewing furiously. You take a piece and immediately devour it. Do you have any more of this? Explain how I understand. Thank you. Anatoly runs to the bathroom, puking in the toilet. You can hear him sobbing for a few minutes. This taste is... Gregor wanders off. Anatoly returns looking choked up. I was too weak. Left you some. Don't fight this, Anatoly. Anatoly takes a piece from a plate, turning his back to the group as he eats it. You can hear him crying. Finally, my focus is coming back. Going to read some of those books. Keep them occupied, okay? Karen leaves you with the men. Who do you want to talk to? Let's talk with Gregor. Anatoly. I would have picked Gregor. I'm Anatoly. Thanks for the cooking the meat earlier. I was nearly passing out for the hunger pains. Even if a meat and potatoes kind of guy, I appreciate the vegetarian dishes you made earlier. You really respected Mariah's boundaries, except when we ate her. Thank you. You smile. If there's any extras, slip me a little more meat. Okay. What do you mean by that? What do you mean by that? He just asked for some of our meat. This dude. I don't know if I want my relationship to grow stronger. Going to see how Anatoly's doing later. You have the bedroom all to yourself. Where do you want to check first? Underneath the floorboard, maybe? You notice a bone sticking out? Is it a human bone? Nope, chicken bone. Gross. nightstand. Don't be a crybaby. It's just me, Onion. I was just playing with some of the toys in this drawer. You're far too old for these. You'll never be too old. Anyways, need to attend secret shop at meeting. Smell you later. Honey bounces off the bedroom. The drawer has various children's toys in it. What's this? Oh. Another body of a child has been discovered within the city of Zakopane, with the remains stuffed into a barrel full of potatoes. The cause of death was identical to earlier victims, with significant blood loss due to multiple stab wounds to the stomach. This marks the fourth victim by the butcher of Zakopane in less than a month. That doesn't sound good. You take the bloody newspaper, would you? Souvenir. You found all. I just got it. It says you found all of the hidden notes. There was literally only one. Hours passed. The meal gave everyone the perseverance to keep going. They can never be satiated now. We've waited long enough. What's for dinner? Calmly explain you want to ration the meat better. No dinner. Fine. I understand. I can wait. No arguments? Perfect. Everyone decides to call it a night. You fall asleep instant. Man, this Joker. All this is happening, and he's just like, I gotta catch some Z's. You have another strange dream. You're having dinner with a blacksmith, but he's not touching his food. The only light in the room comes from the oven. He clears his throat, stroking his beard. I can forge anything, he says. Your eyes have been giving you issues lately, so you reply, forge me a new eye then. You laugh. But then the ropes come out. He ties you to a chair with a long rope to prevent you from moving. You rip the rope apart without even trying, so the blacksmith uses a thicker one. No turning back now. The blacksmith takes a hot poker out of the coals. It makes his eyes glow as he scowls at you. He slowly brings back the poker, aiming carefully for your eye before plunging it through your skull with a sinking crunch. The force of the blow throws you backwards a few feet. You're unable to break the ropes. The blacksmith stands over you, spitting on your body as he raises the poker again. You wake in a cold sweat. I think I'm going to stop it here for tonight. I mean, I feel like it's pretty obvious that they're eating Mariah. So we'll see the consequences of that in the next episode. All right. Thanks for watching.